I had to say, I'm gonna have to quit my job and I'm gonna have to do this full time. But for about 6 months, I couldn't do it. But having to lie to the newspaper when, so let's say a school would call us up saying, hello, we want to do a workshop with you guys, da, 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 da. Or I don't know, a youth organization, blah, blah. I would have to tell the newspaper, I've got a call, I've got to go talk to someone about advertising, and then I'll be going to the studio. Or I'll be seeing online that so-and-so's in the studio, an artist that I'm a big fan of, and then I'll be doing it again. Oh guys, I've got to go to a call. So in the end I thought, you know what, it's hurting me to be lying like this, and it's hurting me to just be in here when I know that my passion is in the creative sector.
Yeah.
Me being my own boss, me being in charge of my own destiny. Because I feel like there's a glass ceiling on my potential in the newspaper. They weren't going to promote me, they weren't promoting me, even though I was practically coming up with all their ideas and that kind of thing. So I thought, forget this, I'm out. So I left. My wife was like, what are you doing? We can't, you ain't got no money, da, da, da. I said, no, I've just got this feeling. I've got this feeling, and I swear down, God's gonna carry us through, you get me?
That was your thought, that was your belief.
My belief. I said, you only act, faith, you have to activate it.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna wait for the right time and do it. No, you have to jump and put faith that something's gonna catch you, you get me? And I just knew he was gonna carry me through. And then the first person, after I set myself up as a sole trader, because that's what I had to do, because Beats a Bar, it's going into the topic stuff, we're set up as a CIC, which is a, what do you call it? A community business kind of thing, just one down from a charity. And I had to set myself as a sole trader, so Tipsman PR. Even though I was doing all that Tipsman PR stuff, remember I was talking about writing the bids, writing the marketing, that's when I said, all right, I'm going to make myself an official sole trader who gets paid to do that, and then make the studio pay me for whatever work that I do, whether it's facilitating a workshop, whether it's managing a project or whatever, bid writing and all that kind of stuff. That's what the studio's going to do. My first, when I write my invoice and it was 001, guess who my client was?
How long ago was 2014?
Yeah.
The Dabs?
No. My first client was the newspaper.
You're joking! So the one that you were working?
The one that I was working for. Imagine they had an event, some wedding fair or whatever, and they wanted somebody to project manage and supply the acts and the equipment. So the PA and da da da. So I charged them hefty, and they paid it. And I paid off everybody else. And that was the sign to say, see, I told you I'd carry you. And then ever since then, boom, more things kept coming. The National Lottery, they said, why haven't you applied for this? This is a fund that we give to charities like yourself. Why haven't you applied? I was like, oh, sorry. Wrote the bid, got the money. Because they knew that I knew how to write bids, and then it just carried on going. So now, 7 years down the line, is it 7? Because 2014, 6 years. We do workshops, we do events, we do obviously the 2 rehearsal rooms, the studio, and we've had mayors, we've had what are they called, councillors, we've had well-known artists come through, and it's just been getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
So like, what sort of workshops do you hold? You mentioned workshops, and what sort of workshops do you hold?
So if somebody was coming from either exclusion from school, or they are disengaged from school, not getting into mainstream, we put together music workshops for them where they can either learn about music and entrepreneurship, we were talking kind of about that, you can learn about how to make music, so it's music production, if you need help with your songwriting and rapping and things like that, and you can put that together as well. Some people who are either suffering from mental health, depression, anxiety, we do workshops that are based around them, just helping them to grow their confidence, help them just get further in whatever situation that they're in, sort of like music mentorship, because some people express a small interest in music and we just delve in. I was talking to you about finding the different roles in the music industry and tailoring it to what they want, and that's what we do, and we just help them learn about it, and then we give them opportunities. So that sort of led on to how I met you, because Ryan, Soul Trader, shout out to Soul Trader, he's my business partner with the mentoring and the artist development side of things. And it was him who sort of said we need to definitely push this artist development side, because I sort of missed out a few bits with the Triller and the DAP situation, because with the revelation management side, yes, we got them events, yes, I got them into HMV and I even got DAPSA to do a show with Charlie Slough in Wolverhampton, all this kind of stuff. But managing artists was stressful, and there was certain stuff where I won't even go too much into, but it didn't continue for a while after that. And I was put off by the management side of things, and I was put off by dealing at all with artists.
We spoke about it.
We did. I remember.
And you know what it is? The most frustrating thing is that trying to get artists to actually do stuff.
Yeah.
And for them to be consistent.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, when you're managing artists, I know it sounds bad, but you're sort of like, you're like their parent.
Yeah.
Do this, do that. And the thing is, if you've got an artist who's got that drive, you're okay. But if you've got a lazy artist, to try and program them, it makes your job a lot more harder, because then you have to deal with that negativity. You've got to deal with like trying to mold a person, which then takes you away from actually going out and doing your job of bringing in gigs, you know, getting collabs and getting your artists on.
I remember getting up at 6 in, driving to Apostles Yard, picking up DAPs, driving to the gym, and we working out. That was good. That was good times. Good times. That was showing us the hunger, the motivation that man had. You get me?
Yeah.
But then there was other times where we'd be probably at a gig that I might have had to deal with the promoter, and because they were late or something, I'm getting it in my face, wow, from these people, and I was thinking, you know what, I can't do this. I can't do this. So but I still love him. Everybody, we're still blessed. We still talk. You get me? But it was just those kind of things that I thought, you know what, I'm not built for this. So I stepped away. But then when I met Soul Trader at an event, and I saw his passion and his hunger and his desire, and then I just slowly started thinking, you know what, it's in my blood, this music thing, and I want to see someone bust. I want to help people. I really do want to help people bust through the door. And the reason why is because when I'm on this journey, we're going to have so much memories of this journey. When they get there, I just want to see them say, yeah man, and big up Tits, he was there for that's all that I would just like, yo, that's all.
You'll be satisfied.
I'll be satisfied with that. The money,
fully content with your heart.
content. The money would be nice to get to the, but just to know that I was a part of that journey. You get me? I'm not gonna be there. I feel like I'm old now. You get me? But just going and seeing that happen for somebody else, that will be a big bonus, big benefit for me. So now that's what it is. So now what me and Soli are doing, we're doing an artist development program. We've got 3 artists: Peasy, who's a producer, wicked producer, TB, and Teeks, all the guys who you've already worked with already.
Yeah, definitely.
And how it's panned out is that we signed them. I signed Teeks 2 years ago onto this program, and I said to him at the start, I said, Blood, the events that I put on, Music Business 101 or Beat of Our Presents or the radio show or the podcast, whatever, I'm going to be plugging you through there, your music, your thing, and then I'm also solely is going to be taking you to this open mic, taking you to that open mic. Then you're going to be having weekly meetings with me. We're going to be making sure your Spotify is set up. We're going to be making sure we're going to be talking strategy. We're going to be talking TB, you're hungry already. So I want to have you in the rehearsal room, showing me how you can get your performance and how you can breathe that. And it's all been happening like that. And you've probably been watching the Instas to see this. And the story. So if you even go onto the Tipsman PR Instagram, you'll see the highlights and you'll see the journeys of all these 3. And that's how we wanted to just keep replicating it, getting more people just to say, this is what we want to do. But you have to show us you're hungry, but I don't want to be like the the dad kind of thing. That's it. I don't know that. I just want to see you. Yo, do what you're saying. We're gonna be here at this time, Thursday, every time, like 10 o'clock till 12 in the night. If you're not here, that's up to you. But we're gonna be here, and we're gonna be giving you these opportunities as they come. Anytime we find out about an open mic, anytime we find out about a funding opportunity, yo, I will write the bid for you. Just give me those details. If you don't give me the details, the deadline goes, and I don't use no sleep. You get me? But I just know that we're giving you opportunities, and that's what the artist development is about. Now we're making networks with America now, and with European countries who are doing similar things, hearing about what we're doing and wanting to help. So now we're getting an extra sort of piece to the puzzle. So now I can say, right, we're going to do an acoustic video with this person here, we're going to do a recording here, we're going to get you to Germany here because we made a link in Germany or in Holland, and then we just recycle and do it again, sign up somebody else, do it again, and then that's how we're going to keep building and keep building and keep building.
See, that's absolutely amazing. One thing I want to touch base on you about is, because obviously I've been to a couple of the Music Business 101 events, and I think that's quite important, and the reason why, don't get me wrong, so is the artist development, but at the same time, I think the Music Business 101 is good for people to understand the music business.
And most independent.
To be independent, because one of the main things that I hear people talk about is I need to get signed, I need to get money. And shall I be honest with you, I didn't know until I went to my first Music 101 event that you could get funding.
Look at this.
I swear to you, I didn't. I would have saved myself 20 grand.
and someone like yourself who are building platforms, you know now there's money for you. There's money for creators, people who want to build platforms and because people know, like the Arts Council, like PRS, that there's a need for people like me and you who are behind the scenes and doing kind of things like that. So there's funding for the artists, and then there's funding for the curators as well.
Of course, because look, let's be honest with you, we're the ones that give these people a platform. Don't get me wrong, alright, I'm not saying that I'm anywhere near like a GRM, but it's still a platform. But if you want to be on GRM, you've got to pay the money that they're going to charge you.
Or you've got to be ready for it. And I see it like this, there's football leagues, and there's first division, and there's top tier, and so I don't mind being somewhere in there, and I don't mind being the ones that teach people how to have an interview and stuff like that. So when they get to the big stage, they're ready for it. If some people though, they might think, no man, I'm going to go straight to GRM. I'm thinking, alright then, say, do your thing. But yo, first impressions are the first impressions. So if you mess up at that level, you ain't getting another chance. So why not practice with us?
It's true, it's true. Do you know what, I didn't think about it like that, but it makes sense, 100%.
And that was the same for my radio show. My radio show on WCRFM I'm not doing it now, because now I'm trying to focus more on my podcast that's filmed in the studio. But basically, when I was doing that, I was saying the same thing to the artists. And you can go online and look for the Beats of our show, and you'll see all the interviews. But some people have said that those interviews really got them ready for the BBC ones, because it was just showing them what a studio setup looked like. Walking into one and seeing all the cameras and seeing all the things, that it can be daunting for some people, but going onto a community radio station, it will give them that, but it will also be a bit more informal, a bit more relaxed. So absolutely, it would help. So yeah, man, but it's all good. But yeah, Music Business 101, that was exactly our goal, to let the average guy from the urban sort of side of the music, the drill, the rap, because I know that they've got their other ones in Birmingham, like the Pivotals and those kind of places where you can learn about that as well. Because they've got the bins and the aims, they do all that kind of stuff. But for the roadman, I didn't think that there was something for them. So that's why when you come through, you can see there's a majority more black people there, more younger. So, but we wanted them to know. We didn't want just the other guys to know. We wanted you lot to know that you can get money from the Arts Council. You can get funding from the PRS fund and the Momentum, as long as you know how to speak in their right language. And then hearing about from a record label guy, because you were at the last one where the guy from Leicester was there, and hearing from a music promoter, finding out how to send your music to get gigs and stuff like that. That kind of knowledge was invaluable. And then we give them the chance to go into the room and have a cypher.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, it kind of baffles me, because when I went to your event, I was like, why don't more people know about this? Honestly, like, I'm not even trying to shit just because you're on camera. I'm being really honest. I was like, how do people not know about this? There's actual help out there for people, and literally, you know what I learned? There's no excuses. It's just about people going out of their way to find. It's about asking the right question. You know when you go on Google sometimes and you're trying to find something out, but you're just not asking the right way, so you don't get the answer that you're looking for.
I said it's all about the language. You have to learn the language, and that's in life. If you don't know English, how are you going to deal with a man who knows English? You have to learn their language. And I didn't even tell you, with our first ever Music Business 101, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to get these people. So Solly was like, yeah man, let's do something. I said, we need a brand. So then I was like, I don't know what to do. I opened the fridge and I looked in our fridge and I had KA cans. And I said, you know what? I'm going to contact KA. But before I did it, I filmed myself doing it. I opened the door and I filmed myself and I put it on Instagram saying, yo, shout out to KA, about to get some work done. We hadn't even called them yet. I sent them an email. No, first I had to find out who dealt with KA, because I thought it was just KA, and it wasn't. They had their own distributors and manufacturers. I found out through LinkedIn who the head guy was of that. Sent them an email. They never responded. I said to Soli, yo, brother, this is dead, man. What was I thinking? We ain't gonna get nobody. We might as well just forget it and keep running without a sponsor. He said, no, man, hang fire. Give them a call. So I called up the office. Hello, is so-and-so there? They were like, oh, she's away from her desk. Then she called me back and I said, yes. Have you seen my email? She said, no. I said, all right, I'm gonna send it to you again. Send it to her again. The woman's come back and said, you know what? We can't be official sponsors, but we can send you loads of drinks. And I said, yeah, man, that's cool. Because at least I can give them away for free to all these people and just say that KA supported the team. So they sent us bare drinks. So when our first event, we've done the cypher, we put it all on the table at the first event as well. Because I think you came to our second one.
Second one.
You come to our second and our third one. But our first one, that's who we got through the door. And that was just the first indication of, wow, I'm really good with this word stuff. I'm really good at speaking their language. Now they couldn't do our second and third one because they've already helped us now. I think they wanted to help other charities and other projects, but we got them there. So then that just told me, like you said, there's no excuse. You just ask the question. The worst they can say is no. So it's just and
don't be afraid to take no for an answer.
Exactly.
Because wherever a door closes, another one opens.
Exactly. And a lot of time through this journey that I've had, there's been times where I've been like, oh, nothing's popping up, but then bing, an email comes through. Yo, I've been watching what you're doing, and I was thinking and I was thinking, right, I was just thinking of quitting, you know.
Have you noticed that it's normally at that point when you're like, oh, do you know, I'm gonna allow this shit now, and then all of a sudden, like, God just sends a little, hey, don't quit yet.
We're still here, you get me?
So,
and it is the seeds. You just gotta keep planting seeds, and then one of them will pop. You get me?
100%, I agree with that. Like before we wrap up, there's a couple of questions I want to ask you, mainly because I want listeners to be able to reach out to you. But in regards to what you do at the studio and what you're doing right now, could you just quickly break down what you're doing for artists and people within the entertainment industry right now?
Okay, so right now, obviously with COVID and stuff, the studio's been locked. From July the 6th, we're going to be back open to our commercial bookings and our commercial bands. So people who are looking to use the studio for recording and for vocals, they can use us for that. Then the bands can go into the rehearsal rooms and practice for their events and various things like that. We also have in-house producers, so if anybody's looking for beats and any looking for, also working with camera people as well, so if anyone wants to get a music video and stuff like that. We don't want to just be a studio, we are a music project. That's why it's called the Beta Bar Music Project. So we have everything, and that's the commercial side of things. Then we've also got the events that we do, the Music Business 101s, the Beta Bar Presents, where we have local artists always support a big artist. Last year we had SX, the year before that we had Daps on the Map and various other artists. So we do that once a year, and that's the commercial side. Then we have the community element where we offer free workshops to people who want in education, employment or training. That's normally funded by the National Lottery, or it could be the European Social Fund, or even the council. They give us money to put on those stuff for people who are coming from bad backgrounds, suffering from anxiety, whatever. Then we also do the bespoke ones. So people who call us up and just say, we've got a group of young people, can you put a package together and do something for the summer holidays or for that? And we do those as well at the studio. We also go into schools now and we take our mobile studio, similar to what you've got there, into a school, and we do it again. We just do a workshop there and then. We say to the guys, great, what you're learning at lesson today, let's turn it into a song. Let's make a beat, turn it into a song, and then give them a bit of something. Yeah, that kind of stuff is getting quite popular now as well. The schools are asking us to do more and more of those, but we haven't got enough staff, so we do have to recruit more engineers, more people to do those kind of things.
So get in touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in touch with our engineer.
What else am I saying? So yeah, then we got the artist development. So if somebody just says, look, I need a manager, we're going to say to you, no you don't. You just need somebody who can be a music mentor and who can guide you into different things. So again, call us up for that. That would be Tips Man PR Artist Development. That would be where we would just talk you through either a 6 month or a year project, and we would work towards either getting an EP recorded, we would get your music video, we would get you involved with some acoustic people to help you film one of those, we would get you producers, we would deal with getting you live performance. Me and Soli would take care of everything. But you just have to be consistent.
At the end of the day, they're the ones that have to put in the work. No matter what, you can do whatever you want, but it comes down to them.
Exactly.
So they've got to be about them.
And they also need to have a budget, because we're not going to do it for free. We're going to tell you, if you want to get a beat, this is where you go to get a beat. We're just the ones who'll be signposting you. That's all.
Literally, you guide them there, but it's not going to be.
There you go. And then it's like, at the end of the day, you'll own all the rights to your music, you'll do everything, but you would have a team, and that's what some people like. They like having someone who they can call up on the end of the phone to say, look, I've just tried to set up my PRS, but I don't know what to do about this. And we'll be saying, just and they'll be like, sick. Or they have a place where they can just go, where every week they know, today I'm going to be here, I'm either going to be working on my socials or working on getting my graphic design for my next EP, or these guys are going to tell me where I can go for an open mic, where I can go for and then that's how it works.
So there's plenty of support out there, and people should reach you out in that. Before I get you to give your socials. So tell me, what is your ultimate aim from what you're doing right now as John?
I told you before, sitting back at an event that I was invited to, watching the artists who we worked from scratch to now, saying, yo, Tips, shout out to him, you get me? He was there with Soli and that, they mashed some work and look where we are now, you get me? That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate aim. Obviously, to make Beats About a successful business in its own right, and maybe have a record label that's affiliated with it and all that. That can all come, you get me? But
your ultimate goal.
That would be the best bit, you get me? Just to say, yo man, working with them, man, they backed what they said. That's what I want to be able to say, you get me?
Fair play. Where can people find you on social media?
John Paul Beats About, so JP Beats About actually, and then at Beats About, you can just check us out on the socials on that, and then obviously if you're involved in the artist development, then it's Tipsman PR.
Tipsman. Studio's based in Wolverhampton, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so there you go, people. Now you got help there, you know what I mean? You get to meet John.
Exactly.
You know his story, and he's generally there to help you guys and make things happen for you guys, as long as you are willing to put the work in. It's your life, and it's down to you. You know what I mean? You are in control of your own destiny.
Also, I want to shout out the fashion guys, Flip. Shout out to Inside Out Denim as well, because I'm all about promoting not just the music guys, but also the fashion guys as well.
I like the gym, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was feeling them really I was like, yo, that's quite cool. Don't think they'll do my size though. I have to get a special one, you know what I mean? John, you know what I mean? Thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure. Yes. Guys, if there's any questions that you have, do leave them in the comments. Do like, share, subscribe. If you like what you hear, you like the content, there is help out there for you guys. So just know that you gotta go and find it. And John's one of the people that you can reach out to, John. Yeah.
And you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You need the motivation as well, because we just gotta keep motivating each other. You get me?
I'm born like that.
That's good.
I'll wake up and I'm that's me,
good.
innit?
Nah, man, because I respect anybody who's doing this kind of stuff, building platforms. And
It's not easy, but like you said,
No.
when you've got your vision and you know where you want to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's more enough drive. And you know what it is? It is the industry. But you know, before I quickly go, I want to say one thing. And like being an artist or anything on the creative side is probably one of the hardest industries to make it in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, especially when it comes to making money, they want freebies.
Yeah.
Like they're not really willing. They don't appreciate the work that goes behind it.
Yeah.
So I would always say that, you know what, don't give up. Stay focused. Be determined. Be disciplined.
Yes.
In what you do, and just don't give up. So like I said, if and any other subjects that you want to talk, I want us to talk about, do let us know. But once again, thank you, John. Check them out on the socials and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. God bless.